So, hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing the fascinating religion of Buddhism. So, Buddhism is a religion and philosophy that originated in ancient India and has since spread throughout the world. So, it is based on the teachings of the Buddha, who lived in the 6th century BCE. So, the core teachings of Buddhism include the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, which offers a path to liberation from suffering and a guide to living a more peaceful and fulfilling life. The origins of Buddhism.
Buddhism, a profound and transformative philosophy, was born in the lush and vibrant land of ancient India in the 6th century BCE. It emerged as a unique interpretation of the Hindu Dharma, breaking free from the traditional norms and offering a path towards liberation from the never-ending cycle of reincarnation. This liberation was based on the power of the individual's actions and efforts. Unlike Jainism, another contemporary philosophical movement that sought to reinterpret Hinduism, Buddhism did not conform to extreme asceticism or worldly indulgence. Instead, the founder of Buddhism, the Buddha, charted a middle way, a path of balance and moderation that would come to hold mass appeal among the people of India for centuries to come. This innovative approach, coupled with the Buddha's teachings of compassion and wisdom, quickly made Buddhism a formidable force within the region, shaping the minds and hearts of countless individuals and leaving a lasting impact on the world. 2 centuries after the death of its founder, Buddhist teaching convinced the convert Ashoka Maurya, the powerful emperor who ruled India from 268–232 BCE, to reform his court and make it more compassionate to all living beings. He was convinced that, unlike other Indian religions, Buddhism was the religion most appropriate for all his subjects. Like the Roman Emperor Constantine the Great, Ashoka used his imperial power to aggrandize what was a mere struggling religious sect. Consequently, Buddhism developed a missionary imperative, with Indian rulers sending missionaries into neighboring Asian nations, even as far as Syria and Greece and the Mediterranean. But while Buddhist missions in Sri Lanka, Tibet, China, Korea, Japan, and Southeast Asia were a sweeping success, a resurgence of Hindu Dharma in India, and the later Muslim conquests lead to the decline of Buddhism in its land of birth. The Emperor Ashoka's decision to spread Buddhism abroad proved to be its salvation, since it virtually disappeared from India centuries later. In China, Buddhism in its Mahayana variety was influenced by Taoism and Confucianism. Impelled by Buddhist missionaries, Koreans introduced Buddhist teaching to Japan, where a Shinto-influenced variety, Zen, emerged.
The Four Noble Truths. There are no religious teachings easier to appreciate than the Buddha's Four Noble Truths, and yet they are also among the most profound challenging. The Buddha's Four Noble Truths are a gem among religious teachings, simple to grasp yet deeply profound and thought-provoking. Compared to other traditional religious doctrines, Buddhist and Hindu interpretations of the Four Noble Truths align with some modernist interpretations and offer a fresh perspective on life's cycles. This religious philosophy of nonviolence, compassion, and kindness towards all living beings has resonated with millions of followers worldwide and continues to inspire and enlighten people of all cultures and backgrounds. And now, let's delve into the heart of Buddhism, the Four Noble Truths.
And one who has gone for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha sees with a true wisdom the Four Noble Truths: suffering, origin of suffering, overcoming of suffering, and the Noble Eightfold Path, leading to the appeasement of suffering. Dhammapada 190,192-3. The Four Noble Truths are a central concept in Buddhism, and they form the foundation of the Buddha's teachings. They are: 1. Suffering exists. 2. The cause of suffering is craving and attachment. 3. It is possible to end suffering. 4. The path to the end of suffering is the Eightfold Path.
Buddhism teaches us that suffering is a natural part of existence, and that it is caused by our own craving and attachment to things. But there is hope, for it is possible to end our suffering through the Eightfold Path.
The Eightfold Path consists of 1. The appropriate outlook. 2. Appropriate determination. 3. Appropriate communication. 4. Appropriate conduct. 5. Appropriate occupation. 6. Appropriate effort. 7. Appropriate mindfulness. 8. Appropriate samadhi. By following the Eightfold Path, Buddhists aim to achieve enlightenment and end their cycle of suffering, and with its emphasis on nonviolence and compassion for all living beings, Buddhism offers a religious worldview that has motivated millions of adherents all over the world.
And that brings us to the end of our video on the origins of Buddhism. I hope this video has given you a glimpse into the profound and peaceful teachings of Buddhism. The Four Noble Truths and the middle way between worldliness and extreme asceticism have made Buddhism a unique and appealing religion for millions of people around the world. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.